Did you know that in 2019, the U.S. marriage rate hit an all-time low of 6.5 marriages per 1,000 people? This statistic reflects the changing attitudes toward marriage in modern society, where factors like economic uncertainty and shifting gender roles are influencing relationship decisions. Chapter 1. Historical overview of marriage. Marriage, an institution as old as civilization itself, has always been a cornerstone of society. But what does history tell us about its evolution? From ancient times to the modern era, marriage has undergone profound transformations. In early human societies, marriage was often about survival and alliances. Tribes and families formed bonds through marriage to strengthen their chances of survival against external threats. In ancient Egypt, marriage was seen as a means to secure social status and property. Royal marriages, in particular, were strategic, designed to consolidate power and wealth. Similarly, in ancient Greece and Rome, marriage served both personal and political purposes, often arranged to form alliances between powerful families. Fast forward to the Middle Ages in Europe, marriage became heavily influenced by the Church. It was considered a sacred union, a sacrament that bonded a man and a woman for life under the eyes of God. The concept of romantic love began to seep into the institution of marriage during this period, but it was still largely governed by economic and social considerations. The Industrial Revolution brought significant changes. As people moved to cities and the nature of work transformed, so did the concept of marriage. It began to shift from an economic necessity to a partnership based on mutual affection and companionship. In the 20th century, marriage saw further transformation with the advent of women's rights movements. The fight for gender equality began to redefine traditional marital roles, challenging the notion of male dominance and female subservience within the household. The mid to late 1900s introduced the idea of marriage as a partnership between equals, with both partners sharing responsibilities and decision-making. Today, we stand at another crossroads. The institution of marriage is being re-evaluated in the context of contemporary values. Individual freedom, personal fulfillment, and equality are now at the forefront of discussions about marriage. As we continue to progress, the question arises: will marriage adapt and survive, or will it become a relic of the past? Chapter 2. The statistics behind the decline. To truly understand the decline of marriage, we must turn to the numbers. What do the statistics reveal about this changing landscape? Let's start with the most telling data: marriage rates. Over the past few decades, we have seen a significant drop in the number of people choosing to tie the knot. In the United States, for example, the marriage rate has fallen by nearly 50% since the 1970s. Similar trends are evident in many other developed countries, from Europe to Japan. But what about divorce rates? While it might seem logical to assume that fewer marriages would lead to fewer divorces, the reality is more nuanced. In some regions, divorce rates have indeed plateaued or even decreased. However, this isn't necessarily a sign of more stable marriages. Instead, it reflects fewer people getting married in the first place, and those who do marry often do so later in life, when they are more likely to stay together. Another key statistic is the rise in cohabitation. More couples are choosing to live together without formalizing their relationship through marriage. In the UK, for instance, the number of cohabiting couples has more than doubled in the past 2 decades. This shift suggests that while people still value partnership, they are less inclined to see marriage as a necessary step. We also need to consider the demographic changes. Younger generations, particularly millennials and Gen Z, are delaying marriage or foregoing it altogether. This delay can be attributed to a variety of factors, including economic instability, career prioritization, and changing social norms. For example, the average age of first marriage in the US has risen to 30 for men and 28 for women, compared to the early 20s just a few decades ago. Furthermore, the rise of single-parent households and blended families is reshaping the traditional family structure. In the US, about 40% of children are born to unmarried parents. This statistic challenges the conventional notion that marriage is the foundation of family life. Globally, cultural shifts are also playing a role. In countries where arranged marriages were once the norm, there is now a growing acceptance of love marriages and individual choice. This cultural evolution is contributing to the decline in marriage rates as people seek relationships based on personal connection rather than societal or familial obligation. As we analyze these statistics, it's clear that the decline in marriage is not due to a single cause but rather a complex interplay of economic, social, and cultural factors. Understanding these numbers provides a crucial foundation for exploring the deeper reasons behind the changing attitudes toward marriage. Chapter 3. Shifting societal norms. Societal norms play a crucial role in shaping our attitudes toward marriage. How have these norms evolved, and what impact do they have on our relationships? Throughout history, societal norms have dictated the expectations surrounding marriage. These norms have been influenced by a variety of factors, including religion, culture, and tradition. However, in recent years, we have witnessed a significant shift in these norms, leading to a re-evaluation of the institution of marriage. One of the most notable changes is the acceptance of non-traditional relationship structures. Polyamory, open relationships, and other forms of consensual non-monogamy are becoming more visible and accepted in mainstream society. This shift challenges the long-held belief that monogamous, heterosexual marriage is the only valid form of partnership. Similarly, attitudes toward divorce have changed. While divorce was once stigmatized and discouraged, it is now seen as a legitimate option for couples who are unhappy or incompatible. This change reflects a broader cultural shift toward individualism and personal fulfillment. Gender norms have also evolved significantly. In the past, marriage was often seen as a way to uphold traditional gender roles, with men as providers and women as homemakers. Today, however, there is greater recognition of gender equality within relationships, leading to more egalitarian partnerships. Another factor influencing societal norms is the rise of social media and digital communication. These platforms have created new ways for people to connect and form relationships, but they have also introduced challenges, such as the phenomenon of social media envy and unrealistic expectations of relationships. Overall, these shifting societal norms reflect a broader cultural change toward individual autonomy and freedom of choice. While these changes have undoubtedly contributed to the decline in marriage rates, they also highlight the importance of redefining marriage for the modern era. Chapter 4. The rise of individualism. In today's fast-paced world, individualism reigns supreme. How has this cultural shift toward self-fulfillment influenced our attitudes toward marriage? The concept of individualism, or the prioritization of personal goals and desires over collective or societal expectations, has become increasingly prevalent in modern society. This shift is reflected in our attitudes toward marriage, which are now more focused on personal fulfillment and happiness. One of the key aspects of individualism is the belief that each person is responsible for their own happiness. This mindset can lead individuals to prioritize their own needs and desires over those of a partner, making them less willing to compromise or sacrifice for the sake of a relationship. Additionally, individualism emphasizes the importance of personal growth and development. Many people see marriage as potentially limiting to their personal growth, preferring instead to focus on their own aspirations and goals. Moreover, the rise of individualism has led to a greater emphasis on self-expression and authenticity in relationships. People are more likely to seek partners who allow them to be their true selves, rather than conforming to traditional roles or expectations. This focus on individualism has also influenced the way people view commitment and longevity in relationships. While marriage was once seen as a lifelong commitment, many now view it as a more flexible arrangement, subject to change as individuals grow and change. Overall, the rise of individualism has had a profound impact on our attitudes toward marriage, leading to a greater emphasis on personal fulfillment, self-expression, and autonomy in relationships. Chapter 5. Economic factors. Economic factors play a significant role in shaping our decisions about marriage. How do financial considerations impact our attitudes toward this institution? Marriage has always been influenced by economic factors, from dowries in ancient times to joint bank accounts in modern marriages. Today, economic considerations continue to play a crucial role in shaping our attitudes toward marriage. One of the key economic factors affecting marriage is financial stability. Many people delay marriage or choose not to marry at all until they feel financially secure. The rising cost of living, student loan debt, and economic uncertainty have made it increasingly challenging for young people to achieve this level of stability, leading to a decline in marriage rates among younger generations. Additionally, the changing nature of work and employment has impacted marriage. The rise of the gig economy and precarious work arrangements have made it more difficult for individuals to commit to long-term relationships, including marriage. Economic instability can also put strain on existing marriages, leading to higher rates of divorce. Another economic factor to consider is the changing role of women in the workforce. As more women enter and remain in the workforce, their financial independence has increased. This has led to a shift in power dynamics within marriages, with women having more agency and control over their financial futures. Furthermore, the concept of marriage itself has economic implications. Marriage often involves combining finances, assets, and liabilities, which can have significant financial implications. This aspect of marriage is particularly relevant in today's society, where financial independence and autonomy are highly valued. Overall, economic factors play a complex and multifaceted role in shaping our attitudes toward marriage. Understanding these factors is crucial for understanding the broader trends affecting marriage rates and relationship dynamics. Chapter 6. Technological influences. Technology has revolutionized the way we connect and communicate. How has this digital age shaped our attitudes toward marriage? The rise of technology, particularly the internet and smartphones, has had a profound impact on how we form and maintain relationships. This is evident in the realm of dating and marriage, where technology has changed the way we meet, interact, and even break up. One of the most significant changes brought about by technology is the rise of online dating. Dating apps and websites have made it easier than ever to meet new people, expanding the pool of potential partners and allowing for more diverse and unconventional relationships. This has led to a shift in how we approach relationships, with many people opting for non-traditional forms of partnership. Social media has also played a role in shaping our attitudes toward marriage. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter have made it easier to stay connected with others, but they have also introduced new challenges. Social media can create unrealistic expectations about relationships, leading to feelings of inadequacy or jealousy. It can also facilitate infidelity, as people can easily connect with others outside of their relationship. Technology has also changed the way we communicate within relationships. Texting, video calls, and social media messaging have made it easier to stay in touch, but they can also lead to misunderstandings and miscommunications. The constant connectivity afforded by technology can also create a sense of disconnection, as people may prioritize their devices over face-to-face interactions. Overall, technology has had a profound impact on our attitudes toward marriage, shaping how we meet, communicate, and navigate relationships in the digital age. Chapter 7. Changing gender roles. The traditional roles of men and women within marriage have undergone significant changes in recent decades. How have these evolving gender roles influenced our attitudes toward marriage? For centuries, marriage was often based on a division of labor, with men typically serving as breadwinners and women as homemakers. However, societal changes, including the women's rights movement and increased gender equality, have led to a re-evaluation of these traditional roles. One of the key changes in gender roles within marriage is the increasing role of women in the workforce. Women are now more likely than ever to pursue careers outside the home, leading to a shift in the dynamics of marriage. This shift has challenged traditional notions of male dominance and female subservience within the household, leading to more egalitarian partnerships. Another significant change is the redefinition of fatherhood. Men are now expected to take on a more active role in childcare and household duties, blurring the lines between traditional gender roles. This shift reflects a broader cultural change toward gender equality and shared responsibilities within relationships. Additionally, the LGBTQ+ rights movement has challenged traditional notions of gender and marriage. The fight for marriage equality has led to a re-examination of what constitutes a valid and meaningful partnership, regardless of gender or sexual orientation. Overall, the changing gender roles within marriage reflect a broader cultural shift toward equality and inclusivity. These changes have led to more diverse and flexible definitions of marriage, challenging traditional norms and expectations. Chapter 8. Cultural and religious shifts. Cultural and religious beliefs have long played a significant role in shaping our views on marriage. How have these beliefs evolved, and what impact do they have on modern relationships? Marriage has been intertwined with cultural and religious traditions for centuries, serving as a sacred bond in many societies. However, as cultural and religious beliefs evolve, so too do our attitudes toward marriage. In many cultures, traditional marriage practices are deeply rooted in religious beliefs. These practices often dictate who can marry, how marriages are arranged, and what roles individuals play within the marriage. However, as societies become more diverse and secular, these traditional practices are being re-examined and redefined. One of the key shifts in cultural and religious attitudes toward marriage is the increasing acceptance of interfaith and intercultural marriages. As people become more interconnected through travel and communication, they are more likely to form relationships with individuals from different cultural and religious backgrounds. This trend challenges traditional notions of marriage and expands the definition of what constitutes a valid partnership. Additionally, attitudes toward divorce and remarriage vary widely across cultures and religions. While some cultures and religions still stigmatize divorce, others are more accepting of it as a valid option for individuals in unhappy or abusive marriages. This shift reflects a broader cultural change toward individual autonomy and freedom of choice in marriage. Overall, cultural and religious beliefs continue to play a significant role in shaping our views on marriage. However, as societies become more diverse and interconnected, these beliefs are evolving, leading to more inclusive and flexible definitions of marriage. Chapter 9. Legal and policy changes. Marriage is not just a personal union but also a legal and social contract. How have changes in laws and policies influenced our attitudes toward marriage? The legal and policy landscape surrounding marriage has undergone significant changes in recent decades, reflecting broader societal shifts in attitudes toward marriage and relationships. One of the key changes is the legalization of same-sex marriage in many countries around the world. This change represents a major milestone in the fight for marriage equality and has had a profound impact on how society views marriage. It has also led to a re-evaluation of what constitutes a valid and meaningful partnership, regardless of sexual orientation. Another important change is the introduction of no-fault divorce laws in many jurisdictions. These laws allow couples to divorce without having to prove that one party is at fault, making divorce a more accessible option for couples in unhappy or incompatible marriages. This change reflects a broader cultural shift toward individual autonomy and freedom of choice in marriage. Additionally, changes in inheritance laws, property rights, and spousal benefits have also influenced our attitudes toward marriage. These changes have made marriage less of a financial necessity and more of a personal choice, leading to a decline in the number of people choosing to marry. Overall, legal and policy changes have played a significant role in shaping our attitudes toward marriage, reflecting broader cultural shifts toward individual autonomy, equality, and inclusivity in relationships. Chapter 10. Future of Marriage. As we stand on the cusp of a new era, what does the future hold for marriage? How will changing societal norms, technological advancements, and cultural shifts shape the institution of marriage in the years to come? The future of marriage is a topic of much speculation and debate. While it is impossible to predict with certainty, we can identify several trends that may influence the future of this institution. One trend is the increasing acceptance of diverse relationship structures. As society becomes more inclusive and accepting of different lifestyles, we may see a greater variety of relationship models, including polyamory, open relationships, and non-traditional partnerships. This trend could lead to a redefinition of what constitutes a valid and meaningful partnership, challenging traditional notions of marriage. Another trend is the impact of technology on relationships. As technology continues to advance, we may see further integration of digital tools into our relationships, from virtual reality date nights to AI companions. These advancements could reshape how we form and maintain relationships, blurring the lines between the physical and digital worlds. Additionally, demographic changes, such as an aging population and declining birth rates in some regions, may influence the future of marriage. These changes could lead to a re-evaluation of the role of marriage in society and how it is perceived by future generations. Overall, the future of marriage is likely to be shaped by a combination of societal, technological, and cultural factors. While the institution of marriage may continue to evolve, one thing is certain: human beings will continue to seek connection, companionship, and love, whether within the confines of traditional marriage or in new and innovative relationship structures. As we conclude our exploration into the decline of marriage, we invite you to continue this conversation with us. Share your thoughts, experiences, and predictions for the future of relationships in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Thank you for watching, and remember, the journey of love and connection is ever evolving. Keep exploring, keep learning, and above all, keep loving. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next video.